So it's been about a day now since the absolutely crazy news came out that ironmouse would be leaving VShojo, with some of the reasons stated being that the company VShojo stole over $500,000, which was supposed to be used in order to pay the Immune Deficiency Foundation, a charity that ironmouse was fundraising for. Ironmouse also claimed that VShojo owes her a large sum of money, which in the context of how successful ironmouse is as a VTuber, as well as the $515,000 that VShojo stole, it seems like the amount that is owed to ironmouse directly is also in the hundreds of thousands of dollars if I had to guess. Now keep in mind, since ironmouse exposed VShojo for what they've been doing and decided to leave the org with her YouTube video titled Why I Left VShojo going live 22 hours ago and having almost 1 million views at this point, the VShojo X account has still not posted any response, and if you go there now, the latest tweets are just reposts, with the latest tweet actually from VShojo being about merch, which was posted on the 13th of July, hilariously about Project Melody merch. Obviously, Melody has announced that she is going to be leaving VShojo as well, after the ironmouse news broke. And the replies to this post are people responding to the news. You owe Mousy and a certain charity a lot of money. I'm so disappointed in you guys. Pay the money to the charity. You took over $500,000. Why have you not donated that? And to kind of illustrate the level of damage that VShojo has taken here, the organization is pretty much finished. You can see here that all of these VShojo members have removed VShojo from their names on X, and the only reason that they still have the VShojo affiliate tag thing is because they cannot remove that themselves. Kason actually went live and asked a bunch of questions to the VShojo JP CEO about what was going on and why she hadn't been paid since apparently September of last year, and she quit from VShojo on that same stream. Even though she was planning on leaving on the 31st of this month, she decided that she was not going to wait another 9 days and quit today. She posted this tweet which says, "Feeling ashamed for all the positive stuff I've said about the company turn out to be an effing lie. Yes, go ahead and laugh at me. Why am I so stupid? Why do I not learn? Why do I always try to see the good side of people just to learn they don't effing care? Of course it's all about the money. I'm nothing for the corpos without the money. But you know what? I'm still lucky because I got you, my shinetais. As long as I'm living, I'm thriving." And it's definitely not Kason's fault at all for wanting there to be a good organization which can help some talented people actually get some exposure and grow as VTubers. And Kason was always cool and had good intentions. And I agree with Mujin's reply here saying it's always the good people that are being taken advantage of in this industry. You're fine, Kason. No one blames you for this. And of course, it's absolutely not her fault that this happened. The CEO and all of the management over at VShojo being snakes, not paying people what they're owed, and actually stealing money that ironmouse gave them to pay directly to the IDF. Because again, for privacy reasons, ironmouse wanted to go through VShojo and have them handle those payments and transactions on her behalf. But as she said in her video on why she's leaving VShojo, when she wanted to try taking things into her own hands and handling all of the payment stuff, that's when she found out that all of this theft and embezzlement was going on behind the scenes. Project Melody made this post which says, "I waited to make a statement because I'm always anxious and struggle to find my words. But yes, I'm leaving VShojo. I was an OG talent, put my everything into this comp, but I'm beyond devastated at what happened. And I never in a million years thought I'd be saying these words." And Melody was OG to VShojo, and so was ironmouse. She came in 2020, and in the case of ironmouse, she's literally the face of the organization. What is VShojo if ironmouse, the biggest streamer there, leaves the organization on such terrible terms, being literally scammed by VShojo out of money that she is owed her own pay, as well as $500K that she raised for this charity, the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which means the world to her very clearly. It's an organization that actually wants to research illnesses like the one that she has herself, which prevents her from being able to go outside, out and about. Because of her very weak immune system, she would be risking her life to do so. And she, along with CDOG VA, I think all time have raised millions of dollars for this organization. To see a $500,000 sum being stolen by VShojo when it was supposed to go to this charity is pretty sickening. I mean, it's cartoon villain levels of bad, and you wouldn't think that they would do this to their biggest talent, because usually you would think with businesses like this, you know, they're going to try to take advantage of somebody more little who was going to be afraid of speaking up because they believe that they need the company more than the company needs them. But in the case of ironmouse, she's clearly the face, one of the biggest VTubers in the world, one of the biggest English VTubers, and definitely the largest one on Twitch, yet they go ahead and do something like this, stealing all of this money, which I think is an unprecedented level of greed. This is something that you wouldn't even see Niji Sanji do. Yutori Peke, who was part of VShojo Nova, the VShojo Japanese branch. She recently, before all of this happened, went on a little hiatus, and I don't even know if she had any idea that this was happening. She made a tweet which translates to this: I'm on vacation and still not in perfect health, feeling frustrated that I can't talk directly with everyone. I think both Peke and all of you need a little time to understand the current situation. What remains unchanged is that Peke values everyone who supports me more than anything. Thank you so much, always, I love you. Then Ama Lee announces that she's leaving VShojo, saying, as of today, I will be terminating my contract with VShojo effective immediately, and I will be returning to being an independent VTuber and content creator. Nothing about my content will change, as I was indie for 18 years before signing with VShojo, and I retain my IP. My love goes out to the talents. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for your continued support as we look toward the future. Then Shibuya Kaho chips in, talking about a staff member from VShojo, and I'm not sure how high up that VShojo staff member was, but the tweet reads, this person moved from a noted VTuber company to another as a staff last year, bragging about his new income. He thrusted me a few of his new business cards to give to my good contacts. I found the action obnoxiously rude, but maybe he was too young and friendly to know better. Then the MF wanted to meet up for tax advice because I'm a native in Japan and I hire an accountant. I was asked to have dinner in his area, which is quite far from me, splitting the bill. That day I got convinced I didn't like the guy. Yet because I love the talents he worked with, I was only secretly hoping he would lose his job one day. Recently, I heard from another creator that he was showing photos of VTubers' real selves while revealing their personal info like marital statute. I now wanted to find a way to warn other employees. Today I've learned the most despicable stuff the company has done to their talent. Don't know if he's involved with it, yet all my personal grudge is nothing compared to such betrayal. Sometimes, unfortunately, managers or agencies can be the talent's worst enemy. Please always support the talent. Talent first. Michi also quit VShojo. You can see that she no longer even has that V affiliate tag in her name, and she had a short stream where she announced that she was quitting, as well as revealing that she too is owed money by VShojo.
I'm so sorry if this may sound a little bit repetitive or weird, but basically, I recently found out that VShojo owes me a good amount of unpaid debt. I also have other reasons that I was advised not to get into or say too much of as of now. So I'm sorry if I can't talk about that, but this is just one reason that has led me to my decision of terminating my contract with VShojo. And I want you guys to know, it's not fully about like the money for me. I wanted to give you guys a quick backstory on everything, just so then you can fully understand what has been kind of going on.
So yeah, Michi has also left VShojo. Before all of this news with Ironmouse broke out, we already had Giga leaving, we had Zentreya leaving, we had Matada-kan leaving. And obviously, if we go back a while, if you guys remember, Nyanners, Veibai, and Silverveil were all part of VShojo, and they left like pretty much at the same time. And Veibai made a post about the situation which says this: looks like nothing changed between 2023 and 2025 in terms of how the org management moves, LMFAO. Couldn't and still can't say anything because of their god-awful NDA that I had to sign. I legally can't badmouth the company, but at least everyone knows the reason why we left. And this seems to be a standard thing for VTuber organizations. You're not allowed to go leave and then say that you had a terrible time, the management was bad, anything like that. You either say nothing or you pretend like it was a very great experience and you were just leaving for disagreements, which if we look at all of the recent departures from VShojo, all of them were looked at as disagreements with management. That was the reason given, but it looks like things might be a little bit more deep, a little bit more nuanced than that when you understand that the talents are not actually allowed to badmouth the company. And looking at this post from KHoloSimp, we can see the VShojo members that used to be here as well as the VShojo members that are still in the organization. And hilariously, they have lost more members than they currently retain. This is a turnover rate that you would expect to see from some random warehouse job, not a VTuber agency like VShojo. And I said this in my last video on the situation, but I don't really know what's going to happen to the VShojo Nova girls. They came into VShojo pretty recently and they're not really that large yet. And they are JP VTubers that are streaming on Twitch. I think there's probably more opportunities opportunity as far as the VTuber scene on YouTube. Just a lot of factors that are not really working in their favor, and when they haven't really grown that much before VShojo basically implodes, like this is the end of the organization. I hope that they're going to be able to continue to find support and that this won't be the end of their interest in streaming or anything like that, because they are pretty talented and they are pretty nice to watch. Then somebody in the replies screen capped this photo of a Keison stream where Keison Socho was doing a segment of pros and cons of joining VShojo, where the pros were tech support, safety, and legal support, and the cons were listed as nothing. Or to be more accurate, the cons say "ima no tokoro wa nashi," which means nothing for now. And I guess those cons have come. Those cons have been here for months actually, because Keison was already planning on quitting and she had issues with the agency not paying her. ironmouse had already known for some amount of time before she decided to announce this that they were stealing money from her. And if we look again at this image, and all of the X'd out members are members who have already officially quit VShojo, they almost have nobody left. And Henya was going to go live, I think that'll be tomorrow, where she will update everybody on her plans, and I do not believe that she's going to stay in VShojo. Fruit or Apricot had some drama, so I don't even know if she streams at all. Does she actually stream? I checked Haruka's Twitch and she only has one stream from a week ago. Her last YouTube channel upload was over 2 years ago, and Hime Hajime's last stream was a month ago. This is to say that they don't really have any consistent streamers left except for the VShojo Nova Girls, the JP branch, which of course is assuming that Henya is going to leave. I mean, I believe that she's going to leave. Let's be real here. What reason would she have to stay in VShojo? But that will be announced tomorrow, and I will cover that, of course. With all of these members gone and even more members leaving, it will pretty much only leave the VShojo Nova Girls remaining. They didn't really have a lot of time to grow into big streamers. I don't think that VShojo provided a lot of value to them at all. Just to implode less than a year after they debut, it's just a really bad situation all around. But that's all I have for this video. VTuber agency haters continue to jump for joy. All of them are definitely feeling very much vindicated right now. I feel sorry for all the actual talents involved though, and man, this is a level of shadiness that I wouldn't have expected. But I do think that obviously talents like Henya, Keison, ironmouse, they don't need VShojo at all, and the organization is pretty much dead and gone after this news. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. Also join the community Discord, link in the description below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.